folks, this is Sam Payne from Payson Financial with your July 2015 Educational Economic Update. In this month's video, we'll talk about some of the major economic events from last month and give you some insight into what they might mean for you as an investor. Please stay tuned at the end for a required disclosure statement. Greece was again at the center of headlines last month as the country edged ever closer to financial meltdown. On the domestic side, second quarter earnings season kicked off, giving investors a clearer picture of how companies did last quarter. In mid-July, Greek and European negotiators were finally able to hammer out a compromise that keeps Greece in the Eurozone while instituting some of the reforms creditors wanted to see. However, the wheels seem to be coming off the deal already, as both sides ultimately want very different things. The Greeks want austerity relief and debt restructuring, while creditors want further reforms. Will the deal lead to a final resolution on Greece's issues? We're not so sure. Earnings season came into focus in July, and the picture so far is just so-so. Out of 263 S&P 500 companies, earnings were up just 3.2% year over year, on essentially flat revenues. The energy sector is dragging on overall earnings growth because of low oil prices. Taking energy companies out, analysts expect overall S&P 500 earnings to be up 5.3% year over year on 1.2% higher revenues. The results tell us that a lot of the weakness companies experienced in the first quarter stayed with them in the second quarter. Will U.S. firms be able to shake off the doldrums in the second half of the year? It's hard to say. With the European and Chinese economies still struggling with growth, the global demand picture doesn't look too strong. Domestically, the economic picture is doing reasonably well. Hiring is increasing steadily and wage growth is edging upward. But consumer sentiment dropped in July, probably because of concerns about Greece and China. We also get our first look at second quarter gross domestic product, which showed that the economy grew 2.3% last quarter. While economists had predicted higher growth, it's still a vast improvement on the 0.5% the economy grew in the first 3 months of the year. The Federal Reserve met again in July, and though no interest rate changes were announced, the central bank reiterated its intentions to raise rates this year. The Fed cited improvements in the job market in support of its intentions, though future decisions will still be contingent on further job gains. Are expectations baked into the stocks and bonds? We don't know for certain, but the Fed has been telegraphing its rates play for months now, so we hope that markets won't overreact when rates finally start to go up. How fast will interest rates go up when they do go up? We don't know how fast the Fed will start raising rates, but everything they've said thus far tells us they'll move cautiously and keep an eye on the data as they go. How soon will your credit card rates go up? Well, that depends on your card and the company that issues it. But it might happen in the very next billing period. Looking ahead, investors will be looking for earnings surprises and gauging expectations for the third quarter. The economic picture is pretty mixed right now, so investors will be keeping a close eye on data in the coming weeks. As always, we're keeping a close eye on the markets and we'll update you as necessary. That's it for the July Educational Economic Update. If you have any further questions or concerns about what we've discussed, please feel free to give our office a call. Once again, this is Sam Payne with Payson Financial, signing off for the month of July 2015. Please remember that nothing we talked about here is a recommendation. If you'd like to discuss your own personal financial situation, please give us a call at 760-619-3698. We'd be happy to talk to you. Securities offered by Samuel F. Payne through Center Street Securities Incorporated. Center Street Securities is a registered broker-dealer and member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered by Samuel F. Payne and Debbie D. Payne through Brookstone Capital Management, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Samuel F. Payne, Debbie D. Payne, Payson Financial, and BCM are all independent of Center Street Securities. Please be advised that presently Sam Payne holds Series 6, 63, 26, 62, and 65 licenses in California. For residents of other states in which registration is not held, proper licenses and registrations must be obtained by Sam Payne before proceeding further. No part of this communication should be construed as an offer to sell any security or provide investment advice or recommendation. Securities offered through Center Street Securities, Inc. will fluctuate in value and are subject to investment risk, including possible loss of principal.